I can see the valley, I can see the road we used to climb, I can see the mountains leering on the other side, and on and on and on and on it goes.
Hey, welcome to the Good Talk Josh podcast. This episode is part of my series of the PopUpGallery by Eat, Stay, Love Snow Co. Put on at the Makers Market and Fisherman's Village in Everett earlier this month. This was a fantastic event. It's something totally brand new to me. I walked into all these interviews with no notes, a lot of times not knowing who I was talking to until a few minutes into the conversation. It, to me, felt like I just ran a marathon when this was done because it was so fast-paced, so much information, and it kind of, it was fun. It was a departure from the norm, and I learned so much doing this. So I want to thank Wendy and Eat, Stay, Love Snow Co. Go check them out at eatstaylovesnowco.com and at Eat, Stay, Love Snow Co. on Facebook and Instagram. The song, bradfordloomis.com Let's Make a Record, /Let's Make a Record. He is doing a crowdsourcing for his next album, and you can score awesome rewards for pitching in. So go check it out, bradfordloomis.com /Let's Make a Record. You'd be the first to hear his new stuff. Absolutely awesome. And while you're on the web, go check out patreon.com /goodtalkjosh. This is where I'm crowdsourcing for the funds to keep this podcast growing. The love and support is awesome. I appreciate all of you that have helped out, and it takes a couple minutes to sign up, and you can opt out anytime. You sign up for $1 a month or $5 a month or whatever you feel is worth it. If you got any satisfaction out of hearing one of my podcasts, let me know by sending me $1. It's like $0.25 an episode on the the times I can actually get these out one a week. But it's just, you're getting some entertainment out of it, right? Send me $0.25. Send me $1 a month. Send me $5 a month. Do whatever you can. It helps grow this, and we can get more and more creative and different things going on and different audio things. There's lots that goes into it. Anyway, your support helps, and I appreciate it. I love it. Anyway, let's get on. I'm going to share with you 3 short interviews from 3 amazing makers in the Snohomish County area. So here you go. Enjoy. Thank you. So, welcome to Good Talk Josh.
Okay.
Who are you? Tell me about what you do.
Well, my name is Ed Beeson, and I present live music all over the region.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Where, all over the region, do you have any, staples?
Well, I've been doing this for about 40 years. So I started presenting live music in 1980 was my first concert. It was in a little restaurant in Duval called the Silver Spoon.
Yeah.
And
still hanging out there.
Yeah, well, the Silver Spoon is gone, but Duval is still there.
Yeah.
Yes. And then from there, I had a place in Ballard for quite a few years called the Backstage, and we did a lot of national acts and local stuff there as well. And then I went on and started booking Bumbershoot for 5 years. I did that and ran Summer Nights at the Pier, and then I opened up EMP Museum in 2000 and done a lot of work for Benaroya Hall, done a lot of work at the Paramount, all over the state, the Northwest, really.
No kidding.
Yeah. But then in 2013, I actually found something I really love doing, and that's presenting local artists in a busker format at SeaTac Airport. And so we've been doing that for 5 years now, and it's just I love it so much because it's really changing musicians' lives for the better. Yeah. And that's my partner here, Ramona. She's been running that program almost since its inception.
So yes, that's correct.
So let's
I
dive
came
into
in
that.
just after it first started.
Okay. So what are kind of the highlights of what's happened there so far?
Well, it really is cool because it started with kind of a blank canvas of how can we make this work, and he had already started it, and the artists were trying different areas around the airport, and then found some sweet spots, and then it was just 5 days a week, 2 musicians a day, and then it went into the weekends, and then now it's 4 musicians a day, 7 days a week. So And the time frames are from like 8:30 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon, and so you're catching a lot of the bustling daytime travelers, and it's just changing the world because the music is going all over the world, and it's changing the artists who are, getting opportunities all over the world. So it's pretty cool.
A lot of exposure.
Yes.
Yes, that's what when Ramona's recruiting artists for the airport gig, she tells them that it's like taking a world tour without leaving home.
Yeah.
And it really is. I mean, it's just it's like the last place on the planet where you can actually sell CDs for a musician.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're selling out of CDs and having to get reprints. Nice problem
kidding.
to have, yeah.
Yeah, well, the airport is such a hub and just a hub. Every horror movie with a pandemic involves airports.
Yes.
So let's get music to be pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's actually our goal is to do what we do, but do it all over everywhere. I mean, we're about ready to launch a program at Bellingham Airport, and we're in conversations with the new airport at Payne Field as well. So, and then we'd like to really spread our wings, yuck, and
No pun intended.
hit some other cities. Although the whole program has been, people in airports talk to each other. So there's a lot of airports that have adopted live music programs since we launched ours, kind of using the same model. So but nobody knows it or does it better than we do. So,
yeah. So you got to own the hashtag, right?
We're gonna,
Hopefully more than one.
Yeah.
So I mean, as a result of doing the airport, we had to, in order to do the airport, we had to really do business differently than you'd normally working with musicians. So we became we had to have a $2 million liability insurance. We had to be able to schedule 100 different musicians once a month and still be able to notify them and then tell us how to when they were available. Very complicated stuff that we figured out. And it's the musicians who are winning the greatest, but everybody wins in this deal. The airport is thrilled, the travelers are thrilled.
We're thrilled.
We're thrilled.
Of course.
Yeah.
What about do you guys do it before or after security? Is that getting through the TSA kind of a pain in the ass?
It's completely smooth going. The hardest part is getting the badge to go through security.
Okay.
But once you have your badge, easy peasy. I mean, the TSA agents know about the music program, and they even tell the new ones about it, and they're really cool to the artists, and some of them even come around and have their favorites that they see from time to time on their breaks. So it's really not an issue to get them over there and playing and for that captive audience.
Gotcha. Way cool. So who's someone I should be looking out for? Who's an up-and-coming that is about ready, you feel is almost there?
Oh my gosh, there are so many. It's an interesting question because really it's the top cream of the crop of the local hip cool scene crowd in the airport.
Gotcha.
And so it's like giving the travelers who are just coming through, they can't get into the city, they can have an idea of, oh, this is somebody who's playing at the Triple Door. This is somebody playing at the local clubs, the Crocodile, whatever. And so it's like you can't really say any one of them because they're all that good. And
Gotcha.
But you can just say we have a lot of diversity. We have every kind of genre of instrumentation and genre of music and ethnicity and
even age group. At one point, our youngest artist was 16 and our oldest was 76.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So there's not really one genre that plays better than the other.
Well, maybe not a genre, but an instrument. That would be violin. Kids, take your violin lessons because they make bank. I mean, people are throwing money at the violin.
Oh,
players.
really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
The other one that is pretty good is the cello.
Okay.
But yeah, those...
Yes, people like their strings.
Mm-hmm. People are into the strings, but that's fascinating. You don't hear a lot of pop violin, but you get...
We've had it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think there's, only a couple of genres that we've been challenged by, but even those are about to hit. So there'll be something for anybody in the whole world.
What's been the biggest challenge to get this program going?
Financially, it's challenging. We have to, musicians want to get paid right away.
Yeah.
And while we're on paying musicians, we're very proud of the fact that in less than 5 years, we've paid out to local musicians over $1 million.
Oh, that's awesome.
From as a result of the our clients
And that
hiring
doesn't
us.
include tips and merch sales.
Yeah, so it's easily double that in terms of how much money we put into the musicians' pockets. And another thing we know for sure is that musicians generally spend their money quite quickly.
Yeah.
Goes in the gas tank, it goes to rent, goes to the grocery store, and it probably goes to
So
the
you're
bars
definitely fueling
as well.
the economy.
We are fueling the economy. But it's we pay the artists right away. Relative, like within a week, we pay the artists, and yet our clients, because they're big, big entities like the Port of Seattle, the City of Seattle, and the, Downtown Seattle Association, and big organizations, they're used to paying their bills once a month. So just maintaining our cash flow has been really challenging for, starting off with basically nothing and building this thing from the ground up. But we're getting there. Every year we make a little progress in that regard.
Where do you find the artists?
That's Ramona. That's what she does.
Well, it's really a mixed bag of ways. Over the years of getting this thing going, we have created a name and have some recognition in the music community where people are referring artists to us all the time. And so we have a website that artists can sign up at. And
What's the website?
it's www.gigs, Gigs, the number 4 and the letter U, gigs4u.org.
Perfect.
It's an org. Anyway, so they sign up on the website, and then those come straight to me, and I just look at what their music samples are, and I can categorize them by genre and instrumentation and whether they play solo, duo, trio, full band, or all of it. And then that way we have that searchable database. So if somebody came to us and said, hey, well, just recently, and this is how it goes, just recently somebody asked for a grunge cover band that specifically plays Smells Like Teen Spirit. And so how am I going to find that, So we've created, kind of a presence on social media to reach out and say, who knows about this? And we get referrals that way all day long.
That is fantastic. That's the power of social media. It's such a fun time we live in because you can put a question out there, something that's not necessarily Googleable,
Right.
Yeah.
if that's a word.
And even if you Google it, you might not get, anybody local or anybody that you know is good and professional. So it's really great to have that referral system. We love that. And then we try to get out and see as many artists that we book for different concert series or programs as much as possible so that we can visually see and hear them to be able to help them get more gigs or,
Yeah, we have just a huge network of referrals as well. People who are talent buyers for clubs around or, it's just, there's the Recording Academy in the City of Seattle, Northwest chapter of the Recording Academy. So it's like the word is out and it's just been word of mouth mostly for recruiting. Yeah. We really try hard to find artists who are professional, who are committing their life to making a living as musicians.
Yes.
And because that's where we could really help them the most because it's like, typically working with us, that'll be another $1,000 a month they could count on to their monthly income. So it fills a gap.
Yeah, that's a good place to be.
Yeah.
But that being said, there are only so many clients, and there's like an unending source of musicians. So it is still our challenge and goal to get more clients who want to put live music on in their, building or outside their storefront or whatnot, playing for their employees, special events, stuff like that, so that we can have more opportunities for artists to get paid to play.
Yeah.
We know that we want to get every artist a gig, but at this point...
Yeah, it's spreading pretty rapidly in Seattle. I mean, our clients now are, can't keep track of how many. But like Amazon campus, we have musicians on the Amazon campus all the time. We do a lot of work with Microsoft. But even smaller companies like Filson and Whole Foods, I guess that's not a small company, but